A screech of brakes. The wet asphalt gleamed under the streetlights. Daniel burst into the entrance, his heart pounding like a drum in his chest. He wasn't supposed to be here. Just a week ago, his business trip was supposed to last until January, but it ended early. He wanted to make a surprise. He wanted to spend New Year's Eve with his wife. He dashed into a supermarket on the way. Salads, champagne, flowers, all on autopilot. In the elevator, he suppressed a smile, picturing opening the door and seeing Clara in her pyjamas, sleepy and happy. Silly girl. She said she'd be sleeping on New Year's Eve, not on my watch. He didn't ring the doorbell. He quietly unlocked the door with his key. He put the bags in the kitchen. A slight tremor of excitement. He walked towards the bedroom. He reached for the doorknob. Empty. The bed untouched. Silence. Daniel froze. Where is she? He dialed her number. Unavailable. He called again. And again. No answer. No signal. He remembered. She didn't know anyone here. She moved from another city. No friends. No family. No job. She couldn't have just vanished. He forced himself to calm down. He thought, maybe she went out. A store. Perfume shop. He'd sent her money for a gift. Yes, that's right. Daniel decorated the tree, set the table, tried to distract himself. He decided to stop by his friend Mark's place, wish him a happy new year, and pick up the car Mark had been using temporarily. The light was on at Mark's place. The car was there, but the door didn't open. Daniel rang insistently. Then he knocked, and when the door opened, Mark, in a bathrobe, with frightened eyes as if he'd seen a ghost. You. What are you doing here? He stammered. What's with the ghost act? Don't you want to let me in? Mark hesitantly stepped back. Daniel walked in. He hung up his jacket. And then he saw it. In the corner of the closet, Clara's fur coat, the very one he'd given her. He rushed to the bedroom. He flung the door open. Clara, half-dressed, covering her face with her hands. A whisper. I'm sorry. Mark's cheek met his fist. Without a word. Just a punch. Without a sound. And Daniel was already heading out. Outside, a basket by the car. Suddenly, a female figure running into the darkness. Hey! Stop! He shouted, but she dissolved into the night. Daniel walked closer. From the basket, a thin cry. He froze. There was a baby. A boy. He picked up the basket. He didn't hesitate. To the police. Wait! The officer on duty drawled lazily. Wait! A child was found outside. Wait! Daniel understood. It was useless. He opened the bassinet, a folder with documents. A note. Raise him yourself. Shock. He called his hacker friend. Request. Trace the mother's name from the birth certificate. 10 minutes later, an address. He sped there. The apartment smelled of gas. The door, unlocked. In the kitchen, a woman, sitting, crying. Get up! Daniel commanded. He turned off the gas, opened the windows, led her out to the stairwell. Can you walk? A nod. Daniel picked up the baby. He took her back to his place. In his apartment, the woman drank water, her hands trembling. She looked up at him from under her brow. Why did you save me? Because you have to live. I can't cope. We'll see. Her name was Leah. She spoke quietly, as if afraid to hear herself. She told him everything. How she got pregnant by Mark. How he refused to acknowledge it. How her parents kicked her out. How she tried to give up the baby but couldn't. How in despair she left the baby by a stranger's car. By the car he used to drive. Daniel listened in silence. His heart ached. Anger boiled. At Mark. At the parents. At the system. But he didn't give in to his emotions. Let's go, he said. He bought things. Food. Everything they needed. She looked at him as if she was afraid to breathe. Thank you, was all she could whisper. The baby calmed down. New Year's Eve was already at the doorstep. Daniel opened the champagne. He invited Leah to the table. She put on a simple dress. She lowered her eyes shyly. Happy New Year, Leah. My name's Daniel, he said. She smiled for the first time. Happy New Year. They talked until morning. He saw her, the real her, fragile, pure, vulnerable. He offered her to stay. His apartment had 3 rooms and he was alone. She couldn't believe it. After the holidays, he left for a business trip. When he returned, he saw Leah had spent almost nothing. Why so little? I don't want to be a burden. Leah, I got a promotion. I'm working in an office now. We'll have a normal life. And by the way, he paused, marry me. She froze. I like you very much, but I have a child. If you like me, he smiled, I won't take no for an answer. 5 years passed. Their son grew up. A daughter was born. They were walking in the park. And suddenly, Mark walked past. He recognized them. He tried to approach. He managed to say, maybe you could help. Daniel took him aside. A couple of minutes later, Mark disappeared down the alley. Leah looked at her husband. What did you say to him? A little secret. He kissed her forehead and hugged the children. Their happiness was no longer hidden. It was real.